Hi, welcome to Apex Tai Chi. This is Dr. Jiao. Today I want to talk about alignment. In a world that often celebrates hustle, control, and constant effort, Tai Chi offers a very different kind of wisdom. It reminds us that real strength does not always come from pushing harder. Sometimes it begins with when we return to alignment. For many years, I thought strength meant carrying on. I knew how to work hard, meet expectations, and keep going even when life felt heavy. From the outside, that can look like discipline. It can even look like success. But inside the body, the story is often more complicated. The breath becomes shorter. The shoulders begins to hold more than they should. The jaw tightens around the words we have not said. Sleep becomes less restorative. The mind stays busy, not because it is inspired, but because it has forgotten how to settle. I say this often when people come to speak with me about Tai Chi. They are not simply asking about exercise. They may begin by saying that they feel stiff, tired, tense, unbalanced, or disconnected from their body. As we talk more, something deeper often appears. They are looking for a way to feel steadier inside themselves. They want to breathe more easily, move with less tension, think more clearly, and stop carrying so much of life in their shoulders. This is where alignment becomes important. In Tai Chi, alignment is not about forcing the body into a perfect shape. It is not simply standing straight, pulling the shoulders back, or trying to look correct from the outside. True alignment is quieter than that. It is the moment when the feet begin to receive the ground, the hips soften, the spine rises without stiffness, and the breath has more room to move. It is the feeling that the body is no longer fighting itself. When the body is aligned, effort changes. It becomes more intelligent. We can feel this from the very beginning of the practice. In simple Tai Chi and Qigong movements, the body begins to open and close, rise and fall, gather and release. The feet, waist, spine, shoulders, hands, breath, and attention begin to enter a more coherent relationship. It is not about doing more. It is about removing the unnecessary effort that blocks connection. The body learns to move as one whole instead of many separate parts competing for control. In Tai Chi, when the center is clearer, the limbs no longer have to work so hard. When the breath begins to settle, the shoulders can release. When the weight is felt through the feet, the upper body does not need to hold everything together. This is one of the deepest lessons of the practice. When the center is organized, the whole body can move with less struggle. The same is true in life. Many people try to solve pressure by adding more pressure. They push harder, plan more, control more, and hold themselves tighter. For a while, this may appear to work, but the body often pays the cost. Tai Chi asks a different question. Can we move towards what matters without abandoning ourselves? This does not mean becoming passive. It does not mean giving up effort. It does not mean giving up effort, responsibility, or ambition. It means learning how to act from a more settled place. There is a difference between effort that supports us and effort that removes us from ourselves. In Tai Chi, this becomes very clear. If we try too hard, the movement becomes stiff. If we rush, balance becomes unclear. If we force the arms, the shoulders tighten. If we hold the breath, the whole movement loses ease. The practice gives immediate feedback. It shows us where we are interfering with ourselves. Over time, this becomes more than a movement lesson. It becomes a way of recognizing how we live. We begin to notice when we are pushing from fear rather than moving from clarity. We notice when the breath is held, when the jaw is tight, when the shoulders are trying to carry decisions that belong to the whole body. Alignment becomes a way of listening. It teaches us that strength can be steady without being harsh. Movement can be powerful without being forced. Progress can be real without requiring the body to live in constant tension. This is especially important for people who carry a lot. Work, family, stress, fatigue, emotional responsibility, or the quiet pressure of always appearing fine. They need a safe and intelligent way to return to themselves. Tai Chi offers that path gently. At its deepest, Tai Chi teaches us how to stop fighting ourselves and begin moving with a clearer inner order. When the feet settle, the mind often becomes less scattered. When the breath has space, emotion becomes easier to hold. When movement comes from the center, the body begins to feel less fragmented. This is the quiet power of alignment. It is about returning to the body with enough attention, patience, and the respect that something inside begins to reorganize. In Tai Chi, alignment is the quiet return of the body to its natural order. This is the session that I taught through Apex Tai Chi, a way to release unnecessary tension, restore steadiness, reconnect with the body, and move through life with more presence, trust, and inner strength. This is Dr. Jia at Apex Tai Chi. Be well and remain curious.